Hi guys, and welcome to our house tour. It was supposed to be an empty house tour, but we moved in right before Christmas and we tried to make sure that all of our stuff was moved in before Christmas Day, so it was very hectic. The first room that we go into will be our girls' room, but it's naturally the study/snug. It's got a really nice big window to let in lots of natural light, and it has lots of plug sockets as well as a little TV socket as well, so you could watch TV in here if you wanted. We're really happy that our girls have their own space now, and we've also been able to put in some storage for all of their excess stuff, just like their toys or their water filter and any random food packets. And then when we go into the hallway, the first room on our left is our wash closet, and you'll notice around the house that we've got a lot of random sticky notes. These are just notes for to give to the builders for snagging. And then we've also got a big pile of recycling in the wash closet because our bins still haven't arrived, even though we ordered them a month ago. The one thing I love about our wash closet is, compared to the standard new builds, this is quite big, and we are hoping that one day we can get a shower in here, and we're obsessed with our beige tiles. We also opted to have spotlights in here. We only have 2, but we think that it's bright enough for us. And then we've also got random patches around the house because some workers have come round just to fill in some pieces on the wall. And then we just close the wash closet door, and then we've got a cookie. The one thing I love about our house actually is that when you first enter, you can't actually see the stairs, so they're tucked away in the little corner on the left, and I just really like that. And then on the stairs, we've also got some motion censored lights for our girls, so in the night when they come down the stairs on their own, they have light to guide them. And then we've also got Gummy, who's joining us on the tour, and Cookie's staring at Luna, so let's go have a look at Luna and see what she's up to. Luna's on the banister being naughty and not paying attention to me, even though I'm calling her because she's distracted by her dad. And then as we go back down again, we've got 2 storage cupboards, one on the left and one on the right. I think we're really lucky to have 2 storage cupboards down here. This one unfortunately doesn't have a light, but it is quite big for understair storage, and we're really happy with that. As you can tell, we've filled it up to the brim. And then the other storage cupboard does have a light, fortunately, and this is where our Wi-Fi and fuse box goes. At the moment, we're just kind of filling it up with water and black bags for now. And then we go into my favourite part of the house, which is the kitchen/dining room. I'm going to start off in the dining room. So right now, our dining table doesn't really suit the space that we have. I do want a longer dining table and a nice new light fixture fitting. Just because of how much space there is, I feel like a longer dining table would just suit the space a little bit more, and it would just feel less awkward than what we've got now. Our dining table can fit 6 chairs, but I just don't think it's right. And then behind the door, we've got our girls section where they eat. They've got their dry food, wet food, and a little bit of their milk. And then we've got this massive heater in the dining room, which I think is really nice because we've hit around -2, but we've not actually felt cold being in here. It just lets off so much heat, and the heat actually stays in, which is also a bonus. We've also got a lot of recycling, again, because we don't have our bins. And then we've got our garden, but we did pay for turf, but I think we're going to have to wait till maybe February or March. As you can see from the weather, it's just not the best, so we're not going to be able to get it done. One thing I want to do with this area of the kitchen is I want to copy like what our fridge freezer is like in the cupboard, and get a whole one of that as a full height freezer, and also a little cupboard and a worktop to have a coffee bar. I think it would just look more seamless and blend in with the kitchen that we have. And then Gummy again. And then we also did a shop at Argos recently where we got these plates and mugs, and I believe it was $16.66 for the plates and the bowls, and the mugs themselves were £6, which I thought was quite a good steal from Argos. We were looking in their clearance section, which is always a good thing to do. And then we've also got the breakfast bar area where I'd like to set up a TV on the wall above the radiator and get 2 bar stools and a new light for the breakfast bar area, just because I think if it has its own light, it's got its own little bit of ambiance. And then we've got our kitchen, which I think is pretty wide for a new build personally. And then let's go look at our wine cooler. It's probably really small to most people, but we've never had one before, and it saves up space in our fridge, so we're quite happy that we have it and we make a lot of use out of it. And then we've got our double oven, which was also another upgrade that we opted for this kitchen. We've never had a double oven before, but it was really helpful for Christmas when we put in our roast. It just made Christmas time much less stressful, and now I feel like because this is a 5-bed, it just makes sense to have this much space. And then we've also got our fridge freezer, and again we've got lots of sticky notes around the kitchen because of our snags. And then we've got the backsplash, which I think is really pretty. Normally it would just be paint like here, however we opted for the backsplash and I just think it's more seamless and looks better. We also have a light under here, but it's not working, and on this side you'll be able to see what the light is supposed to look like. I just think it is really bright and it helps when we're prepping anyway. And then we've got gummy and then we've got these drawers, and inside the top one we've got like all our cutlery in there, and they gave us a divider and it's soft close. We are used to having drawers that are longer than this, so this felt like a weird adjustment to us. Then we're going to the utility. We've never had a utility before in any of the places that we've lived in, and from all the show homes that we looked in, actually this was the smallest utility room that we came across. However, for us this wasn't a problem because the kitchen again has quite a lot of storage and we're not even using all of it. We've got our air fryer, microwave, toaster in here, and then this cupboard has the boiler, and then the other cupboard has all of our bags in there for when we go shopping, so not a lot of use really. And I think it's cute that we've got a heater in here because it stays nice and warm. And then all of our things are just left out because underneath the sink was leaking and we need to get it fixed. And then we've also got our washer / dryer in here. Nothing special about that really. And then again, more storage at the top. We're not made use of all the storage yet and we're probably going to swap things around, but that's what it's looking like at the moment. And then we also got spotlights in our kitchen. We've got 6 and we think it's more than enough. And then Goofer again, she's keeping me a lot of company on this tour. And then I just wanted to show the hallway from this point of view just so you can get another idea of what the hallway looks like. And in the future I think we do want to get spotlights here because we're unsure of the lampshades that we want to go for. We also want to get some shoe storage in this area as well. We measured it out and it all fits. I think it will help bring the hallway together and also stop our shoes from just being out. And then as we go up, we have a really nice big window which lets in a lot of natural light, and our girls love to sit on these all day long. So we love that because in our old house, we never used to have a hallway window. And then on our left is the first bedroom of the house, which we're currently using as our office because we both work from home. It's a double bedroom and it is a decent size. Our setups are a bit messy right now, but I had to have a backup chair because my girls are always stealing my office chair when I sit on it. And then we've also got their basket so they can keep us company as well. I think we have enough space behind us as well because in the past the office was really tight, but we've got enough space that if we go back we're not like putting our chairs against the wall, so there shouldn't be any scratch marks. The ceilings here are quite tall as well, so that's a really nice thing. And then we've got a nice big window which keeps everything nice and bright. And then in the hallway we've got another cupboard, but this one's not a storage cupboard, it actually houses our water cylinder. There's not much we can really do in here, so yeah, that's just what it is. Next up we have our guest bedroom, which is currently housing a lot of our, I wouldn't say rubbish, but just our things. We would like to get an ottoman bed in here just so we can kind of hide all of our things under the bed for a little while. But yeah, this is going to be the guest bedroom. I think it's quite big. Again, there's a nice window in here for a lot of natural light, and it is a double bedroom. The ceilings are quite big and we're hoping to also get a wardrobe in here. We also have a main bathroom on this floor, which I think is a good size. We've got our mirror that we paid for as an optional extra. And then we've also got our shower and wash screen. This was an optional extra that you did have to pay for, but I do think it should have been free, to be honest. And then we've got a window in here as well. And then we also have our heated towel rail, which was another optional extra. And then I'll show you what the mirror looks like when it's on. I feel like this was worth the purchase because it makes your pictures look really nice. So yeah. And then we also opted for spotlights in here. All of our wet rooms have spotlights. We just think it's better. And then we've got gumdrop again. And then into our 22-foot long lounge. So we've got our sofa here, and we're just deciding whether we should push it all the way to the other side of the wall or not. Push it. This is from Sofa Club, and we do want to get another piece, and the footstool normally goes where the coffee table is. We are considering getting another 2 or 3 seater to go on this side as well, but we're not sure yet because we might end up changing the configuration of the room around. We've got the girls' cat wheel and cat tree and their tunnels all on the floor, and we've got 3 nice big windows. With our TV here, we do want to get like a media wall unit with some arches in it. I just think it would look really nice, and we are contemplating getting a bigger size TV as well, just so it suits the room better. I feel like the TV we have now is just a little bit too small for how far back the room goes, but we're still trying to figure out as well if we want another section further back here, like maybe 2 little love seats or just single seats that we can have with a mini coffee table again. But yeah, the TV does feel really small from here, so we're not sure what size to go for next and if it will even fit up the stairs, to be honest, but it's just something to think about for the future. And then we're going to be going on the 2nd floor, which is the final floor. And again, we've got another nice big window. It is so tall. More mess on the walls for the builders coming over and sorting stuff out. And then we've got Cookie on the landing, and we've got Luna in the bedroom. They're just hanging out. Since the storage cupboard is open, I'm just going to go in there first. Again, this storage cupboard doesn't have a light, which isn't the best, but that's fine. We're still able to make use of it and put things in here again, as you can see. Luna again just walking around. She's going to be naughty now and try to go on the banister. But yeah, that's the storage cupboard. We make a lot of use of it. And then, oh yep, there goes Luna. She's not really supposed to be on here because it gives me a heart attack, but this is what makes her happy, so we just have to keep an eye on her. And then Cookie's just hanging out, watching her sister be naughty. Yeah, so then when we come up, the first bedroom on the left will be the smallest bedroom, which is a single bedroom. We were originally going to have our offices in here, but because of how short the ceilings are, we were worried that we'd keep hitting our heads above the walls, so we just decided it wasn't a good idea. However, there is quite a lot of sockets in here, so that's why we thought it would have worked and that it would have been fine. I could see this as being a nursery in the future, but yeah, again, lots of really nice natural light from the window. The walls are a bit messy again because of the builders, but there's nothing we can do about that. At least they're coming to fix it, I guess. And then this would be bedroom 4, which is again another double bedroom. The ceilings in here aren't as short as the ceilings in the other bedroom, but we did again opt away from having the office up here because if anyone ever knocked on the door, we literally would not be able to hear them or probably get downstairs in time to open the door. The ceilings on the opposite side are quite tall as well, and again lots of natural light. We do like this bedroom, but we're not sure what to turn it into as of yet. And then the girls hanging out. And then this is the master bedroom. We don't have any bedside tables yet, and we don't have a bed frame yet either, so those are on our purchase list as probably top priority. I love this window because our girls get to sit on there all the time and look outside. And then by this area, I believe we want to get some storage cupboards to go across there, or possibly even a vanity area. We're not 100% sure yet, but we just need more storage. And then we've got this temporary storage here just to house our TV for the time being. And then we've got our ensuite. It's not the biggest, but it's okay. We've got loads of stuff out. Yeah. And then we also have a heated towel rail, which we paid extra for. And then we've got our mirror again in here, but the builder did not set up the electricals, so it doesn't work, and it's also wonky. And then we've got a rainfall shower, which I think is really nice. We didn't have to pay extra for this one. This was just standard, which made us really happy because we actually use it a lot. Again, we've never had this before, so it was quite a nice experience to use it for the first time, and I don't think we can ever go back now from that. And then we also have our own dressing area. The one thing I love about our dressing area is there's a window in here, but we also got spotlights done right above, so it's better than a light dangling down, in my opinion. I do normally sit in here and curl my hair and use the outlets in the mirror, just so it's easier to see what I'm doing for the time being until I get a vanity. And then again, we've got a window and a windowsill in here, which I think is really nice. We are looking to get some personalised storage in these little cove areas. For example, if we could put our shoes in there or just some extra clothes, it will help bring the space together and we'll be able to utilise it just a little bit more. We want to try and make this home feel as personal and unique as possible. And then we've got our girls here to say goodbye. So if you guys could like and subscribe on behalf of Luna, please, and also on behalf of Cookie. Gumdrop would say the same, but she's not here hanging out with us. So thank you guys for watching. Bye.